welcome to this channel update video. It's an unboxing here. Made another order to gamingfigures.com. That's where I get all my discounted stuff for Warhammer 40,000 from. They do a whole lot of other things as well, different gaming systems and so on. But it's Gaming Figures. They do 15% off of Warhammer 40,000, which is pretty good. And then if your order comes to over £100, I usually try and save up and get over 100. And then you get an extra 5% off on top of that as well. And then in the UK, they offer free postage at the moment as well. So it just means you can get your Warhammer 40,000 things. It can be quite expensive, but then just a good discount like that just really helps out. And just sort of save up and then make just sort of one big order at a time. It's going to be an interesting one, this one. You're going to see quite a sneak peek actually as to what's going to be happening to a number of the armies on the channel. So I'm just going to pull out the kits from the box here and sort of explain what's going on. It's quite a varied order, this one. So the first one is Eldar Wind Riders. Now, in a previous video you may have seen that I'd already ordered 2 boxes. This is the 3rd box of these, and that's really just to finish off the revamped Eldar army I've been working on. So a number of challenging games have been on the channel so far for the Eldar, a number of the races, and just sort of revamping some of the different armies just to bring them up to sort of a higher standard. Some people worried, you're going to go down the route of cheese and so on. I don't want to. The channel here, it's all about the fluff and the storyline and that kind of angle when we get into games. So don't worry, I'm not heading that direction, but I still do like to make the armies as competitive as possible. Just been working on the Eldar a little bit and really just finishing them off and bringing them up to the new sort of standard. There's Eldar Wind Riders. Probably going to go for the Scatterbike configuration. In fact, I have been painting the others at the moment, so I might just give you a sneak peek of how these new jet bikes are coming out. Right, so there's a close-up view there. They're beautiful models, the new ones. I like the way they're leaning forwards, they look really nice. There, I've done them in that classic turquoise scheme to match in with the rest of the army. There you got the scatter laser configuration. And then I've just done like a squad marking here along the front. I think jet bikes are going to be a real... I usually have them in the Force anyway, so it's not a massive change to this Eldar army, but just bring them up to date with the new models, which I like way more than the old jet bikes. And then also rearming them as well. Should make them a unit that's, instead of just flying around grabbing objectives, they've actually got something to do in the game as well. So I've painted 6 of them, and then this will be the last unit of 3. There, quite happy with how they've come out. So that's that one. It's nice when you revamp an army, instead of recollecting and painting a whole brand new army, you just sort of just add a few new units, make a few changes, and then that army's done and ready to go. The hard work's already been done when you painted most of the force, and then just adding in a few new units is a nice way to do it, an easier way, cheaper way as well. Only a few kits and your army's ready to go. So coming up here is some of these might be a bit of a surprise. Back onto Orcs again. You'll see more of this going on the Striker Scorpion 82 Plus channel. I've released or started a brand new series, and it's called Army Development, and that's where I go through the early stages of forming new armies for the channel, or revamping armies, and then I go through the lists, and then people on the Plus channel, they can help contribute to the design, the layout, and the structure of the actual force as I revamp some of those armies. But one of them, revamping, you've seen the Orcs being used in games on both channels. I'm going to revamp them and sort of improve them. Learnt a lot from them. Good few defeats, probably more than half of them have been defeats, but even when you lose you can learn a lot. And I've seen some strengths in that Orc force that has, even though suffered defeats, there's definitely potential with the Orcs, and I want to field an army that's feared and can do pretty well. So I don't want to give too much away because that's going to be in the army development video, but that will show how I'm going to revamp the Orc force and try and make it even better, an army that just does stand a good chance. One of those new units is the Orc War Bikers. Already got a mob of 9, so I have another 3 of them. I'm going to push it up to a unit of 12. That's a nice size unit there. I have enjoyed painting the orcs and putting the army together and then playing and using them in games also. Right, then more orcs, 2 units of boys. Not necessarily going to paint them as boys, you'll have to see what I mean on the video. I don't want to give too much away, but extremely excited about orcs at the moment. We've already got about 2,000 points, and then with the extra units I'm going to add in, it means I'm going to drop some units out, but they're just going to go and be extra units I can choose to use, or I may start pushing towards apocalypse size for orcs. I think that would be cool. I think that would be extremely good. So, you know, units aren't going to be wasted if I don't use them. 2 units of orc boys. Bit of conversion work to do on them for what I've got planned. And then a unit of Necron Wraiths, and then a second unit of Necron Wraiths. Necrons, a lot of subscribers have been going on about it for a long time. I'm going to revamp the army, try and get it to fit in with some of the formations and so on. I'm planning to do that, so this is it here. I'm going for a revamped force for the Necrons as well. So part of that restructuring will be to introduce more Wraiths into the army. So a unit of 6 has done very well, so I thought, well, why not add in another unit of 6 just to make things interesting. Sort of getting that balance. People have said, oh, don't go down the route of cheese. I don't plan to, but still want to have like competitive sort of fluff armies. 2 units of Necron Immortals. I've never painted them before. They've always looked really nice. I never really used them or wanted to use them, but the way I'm restructuring the army here, Necron Immortals will be a feature in the new Necron army. I don't rate them, I don't think, as one of the better units, but a unit of 10 might do well. And I've got a sort of a tactical plan of how I'm going to use them as well. So, Orcs, Necrons and Eldar being revamped, and it shouldn't take too long. It's not massive changes. The basic structure of the army should still be there. Another unit of Orc boys. I'm sure some Orc players are liking what they're seeing here. All these extra Orc boys, but as I said, not all of them are going to be Orc boys. They're going to be a bit of conversion work being done. Yeah, Mega Knobs as well, the Orcs. Love the models on these, they're absolutely fantastic. And they've been an excellent addition to the Orc army. Still planning to have Mega Knobs and to expand them as well in this revamped Orc force. So that's them. And then, yeah, an Orc truck. Now I've sort of painted 2 to this kind of structure you see here, so I'm going to sort of take this kit, hopefully, and then do a little bit of conversion work on that. Still hope to have it as an Orc truck, but I don't like, for Orcs, doesn't look right when you have 2 of this, you know, a number of this exactly the same looking vehicles. They're meant to be ramshackle thrown together, they're not meant to be factory built, so I can try and play around with this kit and modify it in some way. So there's that. As I said, very excited about the Orcs. Really am looking forward to getting that done. A Razorback. So it's a Space Marine Razorback, but it's not going to be for any Imperial faction. It might be a kit that the Orcs are going to get their hands on. I'm not going to give too much away. And then a second one, Aleem Russ. Again, not going to be painted for Imperial Guard. This may well be one that the Orcs are going to get their hands on as well. A friend of mine at Wargaming Club, SSWG, he was collecting Orcs and did loads and loads of conversion work, and it looked really good, the stuff that he was doing. So it's always been an ambition to do a bit of custom built Orc stuff, and I'm hoping that's what I'm planning to do. That's that one there. So So really, the emphasis really is for orcs, which may come as a bit of a surprise. You know, the army, a lot of people have seen it as finished, which it is at 80-50 points, but I've played a lot of games, as you've seen on both channels, and I've learnt a lot. And as you play games, you begin to see units working well together. Some units don't work, and then you see if your overall battle plan doesn't work. I think the overall battle plan was flawed, but within that, an element of that plan, there was great potential. So you're going to see it morph. The part of that plan will still be in place, but it's going to be taking a strong part of it, and then investing points into that, and it'll be a new direction for the orcs. They'll still be led by Gut Ripper. Definitely want to see them having some great victories on the battlefield. But again, still keeping it, so you look at that army for, yeah, it's a real fluffy orc army. It's not 10 of the same unit. There's going to be some conversion work going on, so a variety of units, but sort of aiming towards a different angle as far as tactic and strategy is concerned. So there it is, the order there, and you've seen a sneak peek of what's to come. Time scale, I plan, as far as all of these kits are concerned, it should be pretty quick. Necrons are pretty fast to paint. Orcs, I'm used to painting at the moment, got a pretty good quick colour scheme for them. So I hope to hit all of these kits as fast as possible and get those revamped armies. And I like the look of all of them. Eldar, Orcs, Necrons, revamped and back out on the channel, and then all of the Tactica and Army Showcase videos and so on for all of those. So it's exciting times. Do have to say, most excited about the orcs. Just excited about the new battle plan. I'd love to see them doing well on the channel. So I think they are an army that's, you know, for what they are, orcs are sort of one of the most popular factions, one of the biggest sort of factions in 40k, but as far as popularity, as far as people collecting them is concerned, it's not very much. So it'll be good to see people collecting more orcs, and for orcs to actually do well in games, and I've got a plan for them, and hopefully they'll do pretty good. So keep a lookout for these new revamped armies and the videos that come on both channels. Army development videos on Striker Scorpion 82 Plus, and then also there'll be the grand strategies as well. And then on the regular channel, here on this channel, then you'll see the complete army overviews for them as well, and then you start to see them in Challenger Scorpion games as well, and then battle reports, regular battle reports on the Plus channel. So exciting times ahead here for these three factions in particular. I hope to get stuck into these kits as soon as possible, and then start seeing them in games. But there they are. There's the kits there, and as I said, I got them from gamingfigures.com. 15% off for Games Workshop stuff, and then an extra 5% off if your order comes to over £100. There it is. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.